on the show this afternoon as always. Of course, I've got updates from the African games that is going on in Ghana, because Team Nigeria, they are still doing very well for themselves and for the country as well, and we'll be doing a rundown of events that will be going down today, talking about the All African Games, the event schedule. We've had the morning session, we'll definitely be having the afternoon session as well, because a whole lot of Nigerians are looking to pick up medals for Team Nigeria in that particular one. The women's 400 meters final will definitely come up this evening, not forgetting the men's 400 meters final as well. The women's 100 meters hurdles final, where Pelumi Adeosun, Toby Express, as she is fondly called, she would definitely be competing in that particular one as well. And of course, she will be looking to make it an hat-trick after winning the previous two editions. In Congo Brazzaville in 2015 she did it, in Rabat in 2019 she also did it as well, and the whole Nigerians will be rooting for Pelumi Adeosun later this evening. As it concerns the 100 meters hurdles final, we'll get to talk about these and many more concerning the African Games, and not forgetting the Super Eagles of Nigeria as well. Litmus test for Finidi George, because he will be in charge of the team. Talking about the friendly games against the Black Stars of Ghana and the Mali national team as well. Of course, I can confirm to you that players are starting to troop in. Talking about the Super Eagles of Nigeria players ahead of that particular game, and they had their first training session yesterday. We'll be looking at the chances of the team going into these games, and of course, what do you think Finidi George will be bringing to the table? Don't forget that he's also one of those aspiring to be the head coach of the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Of course, he also applied along a lot of others as well. Will this be the perfect opportunity for Finidi George to showcase himself to the NFF that he is actually fit for that job? We'll definitely be talking about that as well. And of course, not forgetting the European team, although there's not really much to talk about as it concerns the European team, because you know club football is on break as we speak. But of course, we have still got to talk about the international break, and of course some other club football, talking about the UEFA Champions League women right there, because we had the first quarter-final games. The first leg, Chelsea women team were in action, Olympic Lyon women team were in action as well in different games. These two teams secured victory, and of course they have one leg in the semi-finals of the Women's UEFA Champions League, and if time will permit us, we'll definitely be talking about the German manager, talking about Hansi Flick as well, because the news about him is that he's looking to return into managerial position. Would it be Barcelona for him or a team in the Premier League? Where do you think Hansi Flick should be joining? Of course, I've got my analysts right here. Of course, I've got my friends right here in the studio with me as well. We'll get to dissect all of these sporting stories. You could see that it promises to be interesting and exciting. Good afternoon once again. This is the voice of Pelumi Adeosun, the sport umpire, getting ready to take you across the length and breadth of events making rounds in the sporting empire. And to also inform you that we are live on Facebook, just go to Facebook and search I-FLIER 103.3 FM live. I-FLIER 103.3 FM live. You get to see us there. Of course, you can like the video. You can drop your comments concerning all of the stories we'll be talking about on the show this afternoon. And more importantly, you can also share it for your friends, for your loved ones as well. And when the time is right, I will be opening the phone lines for you to also join in the conversation and drop your own 1 cent concerning all of the stories that we'll be talking about on the show. Good afternoon once again, and let me use the opportunity to bring in Biodun Akpeno, Biodun Sports, on the show this afternoon. Good afternoon, Biodun Sports. It's good to have you.
Good afternoon. It's good to be back on the dial once again, and of course to our listeners also. Good afternoon to you guys. We are back as usual to take you through actions from the world of sport. Like you said, no club football. It is the international break, and this is the time. You know, I don't love talking about anything.
It's a boring time for everyone.
Very boring. This has always been my my downtime. Let me put it that way, because trust me, I'm not a fan of international break.
No one is.
Nobody. Trust me, I don't like international break for anything. But then it is what it is. We just have to,
it is what it is.
Keep up the momentum, keep up updating our fans out there concerning the international break. Good afternoon to you, Biodun Aquino, resuming for duty.
Yeah, thank you very much, Biodun Sports. And I've also got, of course, one of our regular analysts on the show making a big return this afternoon. Of course, he called us on the show and he promised to be here talking about Samuel Oladejo Mayana. Mayana, is good to have you. It's been a long time. I think this is your first appearance this year on the show. Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon. Good afternoon to our listeners. Good afternoon, Pelumi and the other guy. Fantastic one. Everybody does not like the international break.
No one, especially for an Arsenal fan, you definitely would not like that because your team is in form.
Of course, most of our players are actually withdraw from the international break. Also, like 6 or 7 players are actually come out to withdraw from the international
Gabriel
break.
Magaish, maybe injury worries also.
I think most of them are not planning these things. We know the way
the games are
always do with the Chelsea guys those times. But I think it's a good one for Nigeria. Time to talk about Nigeria.
Time to talk about
fantastic one from her yesterday in the semi-final.
Yes, in the semi-finals.
I think the race is just for her to go and win the final.
Absolutely.
I don't see anybody coming to challenge her there. She's just good enough to be the world champion and African champion. Good afternoon to everybody and enjoy the program.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, Mayana. Thank you for that one. And I really hope that our listeners will get to enjoy what we have in stock. Without wasting much of our time, let's get into the thick of the actions. But let me start from the MPFL. I've got updates concerning Shooting Stars' next game against Niger Tornadoes. And the news about them is that Shooting Stars match the 27th fixture against Niger Tornadoes that was initially built for Friday, March the 22nd. That particular game has been rescheduled for Monday, March 25. Of course, that is due to the unavailability of the Ahmadu Bello Stadium in Kaduna. Of course, you know that is where Niger Tornadoes are playing their home games. And now the MPFL is now constrained to rearrange that particular match between the two teams. It was scheduled to take place on Friday, March the 22nd. But right now, the news concerning it is that that match would now take place on Monday, 25th day in the month of March, and they have kindly ensured that most teams involved would put all the logistics in place because of the game. It would be aired live by that particular broadcast partners. Of course, maybe it's an avenue for Shooting Stars players to get enough rest, putting into consideration that they are in a very good form and the way the games are coming thick and fast for the Oluyole Warriors. You would agree with me that this team, they really need to rest. Of course, good news for Shooting Stars. Hopefully they can continue in their very fine form that took them to 6th position right now on the log standings as it concerns the MPFL table. And let's leave the MPFL quickly. Let's go straight to Ghana without wasting much of our time. Let's talk about the African games because today is day 3 when it comes to athletic, and I can confirm to you that Team Nigeria are doing very well so far. Just like Mayana said the other time, Tobi Amuso, she did very well in the semi-finals of the 100-meter hurdles yesterday to get into the finals, and that particular finals, of course, will come up 5:30 p.m. this evening. Tobi Amuso will be in action for Team Nigeria. Beautiful. Let's really talk about that. Another medal hopeful for Team Nigeria, and the way Tobi Amusa has been doing her business, she wants to make it an art trick. She's like the Omotonso when it comes to the hurdles this time around. Gold in Brazzaville 2015, gold in Rabat 2019. Can she make it an art trick of gold with picking up a gold in Accra this time around again this evening?
Well, when you are good, you are good.
Absolutely.
Think that is the summation of Tobi Amusa, and of course, a lot of people have been talking about Tobi Amusa. Recall a kind of a challenge when he was going through one or two battles concerning doping.
The dope test.
A lot of people were of the opinion that this might be the end for Tobi Amusa. But you look at what she's been able to achieve since then. She's been really phenomenal, and coming back to the African game, we all knew that this is going to be another exciting moment for Toby Amusan. For me, I'm just waiting for when they are going to, grant her that gold. I'm
Just
not going to talk about anything. We know Toby Amusan is definitely going to get this one for us, and we should all wait for that one to happen this evening.
Yeah, of course. It's more like we are just waiting for the announcement of Toby Amusan. And let's leave that particular one and let's talk about other Nigerians who did very, very well for Team Nigeria yesterday. Mayana, the Nigerian quartet of Israel, Sunday Okon, consider Ekanem, Alaba Akintola, and Fakorede Adekalu. They turned up big time in their men's 4x100 meters heat and securing an automatic qualification into the final. And they actually ran a season best of 38.70 seconds. And the Nigerian athletes really enjoyed that. They have set up a rematch in the final against Ghana, who actually won their own heat with a season best of 38.67. That is pretty close. Do you think the Nigerian contingent stand the chance of picking up a gold medal in that one? We know a medal is sure for Team Nigeria when it comes to that one. As a matter of fact, the Team Nigeria just won a gold medal in the 4x400 relay as well. But let's talk about the 4x100 now. They have made it into the final in grand style. Do you think gold medal is sure for Team Nigeria?
Yeah, I think with the things in hand right now, Nigeria are actually doing well in this competition.
Absolutely.
They are the second on the table.
Of course.
Well, but it will not be a very easy one like the Toby one. Everybody already know that. Just wait for the final and let them win the medal. I think it will be a very difficult one for them because the Ghanaians also, they are also so difficult also. So I think they should give out their best. But if they are not getting the gold, we know we are getting the silver.
Of course, just like I said, gold or silver is assured in that particular one. I'm still talking about the African Games this afternoon. Let's talk about other Nigerians who are doing very well by picking up medals for Team Nigeria, because when it concerns table tennis, we saw Nigeria picked up some medals, wrestling as well. They also picked up some medals, weightlifting medals were assured in that one, and in athletics as well, because winning gold in women's triple jump meant so much for Ruth Soro after she finally had a reason to smile, because she will be back to compete in the women's long jump, hoping to win another medal in that particular one. That is one of the sports that Nigeria will be competing in, of course. And since winning his first African title on home soil in 2018, let's talk about Chukwuebuka Enekwechi. He has never lost anywhere in Africa, and guess what? Yesterday, he successfully defended his African Games title as he was the only one over 21 minutes, winning gold with a throw of 21.06 meters in that particular one as it concerns shot put there. I'm still talking about the exploit of Team Nigeria in the African Games in Ghana. Of course, the quartet of Justina Yakobenya, Olayinka Olajide, Chiso Wonyeboche, and Blessing Okudiro, they did enough to secure an automatic qualification into the final of the women's 4x100 relay in the African Games. Nigeria finished second in that particular one, running with a time of 43.91 seconds, with Liberia taking victory in 43.73 seconds in the particular one. Talking about the 4x100 meters relay for the women, and Nigeria, we have two athletes in the final of the men's 400 meters. One of the events that is set to go down this evening. One of them is Tubem Nwachukwu, who is making his first international final since he started representing Nigeria. Finished second in heat with a season best of 45.89 seconds, while Zambia's Muzala Samukonga is the favorite to win the title. And not forgetting Senegal's Cheikh Tiade Tiof, who has been running quite well as well. But of course, the final can swing anywhere, you never can tell. And just like I said, looking at the rundown of the event schedule, this evening we'll be having the women's javelin throw final, the men's 400 meters hurdles heat as well, the women's 400 meters final, the men's 400 meters final, the men's triple jump final, the women's 200 meters platon, men's 100 meters final, the women's 4x100 relay final. All eyes will be on Team Nigeria and that one. And finally, the men's 4x100 meters relay final as well, one which Team Nigeria will be looking to pick up medals as well. And just like Mayana said, Team Nigeria is doing very well as it concerns the medals table. And let me quickly give you a rundown of how it is looking like before we leave the African Games segments. Egypt is still on top, 92 gold medals, 40 silver medals, and 33 bronze medals. And they have a total of 165. That's really massive. Nigeria is in second. We have got 31 gold medals, 22 silver medals, and 32 bronze medals with a total of 85 points. South Africa is in third with 28 gold medals, 29 silver medals, 38 bronze medals, a total medal of 95. Of course, don't be surprised, they have got more medals than Team Nigeria. But of course, in competitions like these, gold is valued the most. So if you have more gold than your opponents, you will definitely have more points than them. You will be ranked more than they are. Of course, Algeria is in fourth position. They have 23 gold medals, 33 silver medals, 40 bronze medals, and 96 silver medals. Of course, that was the medal table as at this morning. You understand that some medals would have tripled in as well for all of these teams, or should I most of these teams. But of course, there is nothing official yet from the African Games. And as soon as they update it, we will definitely keep you posted. But we have some teams who are yet to pick up gold medals.